Hey violinist, today we're going to be talking about vibrato. You can talk to any teacher on planet Earth and they might have a slightly different interpretation on how to do vibrato. It's not to say that my way is the only way. There are some people who have amazing vibratos and have a different approach to vibrato. And vibrato is one of the most famous topics in the world of violin playing because it is the ultimate form of expression. You are able to use this technique to make something more musical, make a melody sing more. As violinists, we're trying to imitate the human voice in many ways. And, a dull voice with no vibrato is kind of the same with no vibrato on the violin. So our duty as violinists is to make the music as musical as possible. But the question is, how do we make vibrato musical? I think it depends on the context of your piece. Right there, I just played an excerpt from Meditation, and it is one of the greatest vibrato exercises that you can do. And I love this exercise because it focuses on first position and third position, and especially the dominant finger of our left hand. You can argue the third finger has the juiciest, best sounding vibrato, and in my view, that's the easiest vibrato finger to use. And in my view, that's the easiest vibrato finger to use. I'm gonna go, this video is supposed to be, but let's take a moment to talk about the outline and the overview of vibrato. So I'm gonna put my bow to the side here, and my right hand, my left hand, my left hand is the main focus of today's lesson. So right now, if you have your violin, please follow along, pause this video, get your violin up. Whenever I start teaching vibrato to violinists, I start with the third finger on the A string over here. And my goal is to keep this joint very loose. The common problems that I see with vibrato is that a student wants to shake the sound, but they end up squeezing the fingerboard. And therefore they squeeze the finger, therefore there's tension, it travels up your arm, your entire body doesn't feel at ease. We don't want to go that route. That is the worst thing you can do for your vibrato. We want vibrato to sound natural, organic, and relaxed. So my goal in this exercise is just to learn how to relax this initial joint using the third finger. And because of the location of the third finger, that's why it's the most comfortable finger to vibrate with, because the first finger is kind of awkward because it's hard to put a lot of the hand weight on the first finger because it's on the side of the hand. Second finger and third finger tend to be the more common fingers that are comfortable to vibrate. But in this case, the third finger is really nice to vibrate because you have the counterweight of the thumb, which is right over here, kind of lifting up the violin, and then you can also start vibrating a lot easier. So how do I even begin to teach vibrato, especially with the motion? I always emphasize that the back of the hand is kind of like knocking on a door, especially this knuckle. So I'm not doing this because I see this pretty much all across the board when it comes to vibrato. I'm not really vibrating. And a lot of students, when they hear the words wrist vibrato, I try to avoid the words wrist vibrato because it starts this way and it's very hard to get them going the other way. So I like to think of finger vibrato. And then if you want to kind of gradually get into wrist vibrato to have a wider oscillation, then you are able to do that. And oscillation means the width of the vibrato, meaning a narrow versus wide vibrato. And again, depending on the context of the piece, something a little bit more allegro, more presto, you might want to use a shorter, more energetic, lightning vibrato. Something more melodical, you kind of want to delve into the sound a little bit more. And something that I didn't really understand when I was in conservatory, but I had a teacher during my juries always talk about feeling the vibrations of the finger, or feeling the vibration of the violin within my finger, and then trying to vibrate according to that. Now, that's a very complex idea, and some of you may not even understand what that means. But to summarize it, all you're doing is applying the necessary weight of the finger onto the fingerboard without having to press it, because when you press down on the finger, you're actually blocking the rest of the vibrations from the entire string, and in this case, the A string. So I want to just gently use the weight of my arm this way to press down. My hand is not up here and then I'm actively pressing down this way. I'm trying to use the weight of my hand and my arm to really help me out here. In the past, I've talked about how to hold the violin properly, and in vibrato, you are going to want to pay attention to this because this will affect how you actually do the motion. You want the natural weight of your head to go on the chin rest, and our heads are around 11 pounds, so it's very heavy. So just kind of relax the head a little bit, and then the motion of the vibrato, you're still supporting the violin with your left hand, with your thumb this way. However, you are kind of helping your posture out, and you're helping out your vibrato just by relaxing, releasing the tension of your neck, especially in this area here. And then you are going to try to move the finger backwards. So like this way, not that way. So we don't want to go out, we want to go back. And that is most of the lessons that I teach violin vibrato. That's a common thing. So a lot of students who play sports, maybe like basketball or baseball, or believe it or not, I have a student that does wrestling. If you do want to learn more about vibrato and how to learn vibrato, I have a special course called Violin Vibrato Masterclass. And if you want to go to violinvibratomasterclass.com, you're going to find a special course conducted by me. I go step by step on how to play vibrato, how do I approach vibrato, how do I practice vibrato. So I'm going to leave a link down in the description below for you to take a look at. I made this course specifically for the person who may want just a space of their own in their home to go step by step with a teacher to guide them. So check out violinvibratomasterclass.com or click the link in the description below. But if you're not ready to commit to the course, totally understand. I want you to take a look at some other free resources that I have on this channel regarding vibrato. So take a look at that and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think.